It's my immense pleasure to welcome you all today webinar. So today we will have two sessions and two resource persons are with us to share their views and experiences about the opportunities and challenges in medical biotechnology. And I am very proud to say that both are our department alumni. Before we start the session, it is my duty to welcome Mr. Rajkumar. Mr. Rajkumar, he is a business development manager, Siemens Healthcare Limited, Chennai. Mr. Rajkumar completed his BTech Biotechnology in our St. Michael College of Engineering Technology in the year 2012. And he started his career as a product specialist and worked in the following companies: Bioscreen Instruments Private Limited, CPC Diagnostics Private Limited, and Medsos Ocean Biomedicals Private Limited. And he has received 3 Best Performance Award for his best accomplishments. Mr. Rajkumar is having rich and versatile experience in the field of healthcare products. At present, he is working as a business development manager. With this brief introduction, I invite Mr. Rajkumar to take over the session. Rajkumar, you please continue. Rajkumar? Yeah. You please continue.
Sir, I'm having some audio problem. Just a minute.
Okay, no problem.
Hello.
Hello.
Rajkumar, please.
Yeah, now it's visible, sir. Now it's audible.
Okay.
Okay. Start பண்ணிட்டாங்களா? அப்ப என்ன நடந்ததுன்னு கேக்கல.
Start பண்ணிடலாம் சார். இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன் முடிச்சிட்டாங்க.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Hello.
Hi.
So is it audible now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for the connectivity issue. And now I think we can go ahead. Is it audible to everyone?
Yeah, audible. You please go ahead.
Okay. Let me share my screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce myself. I'm Rajkumar. I would like to more delight to introduce myself as a St. Michael student, and I'm in 2012 to 2012 passed out BTech Biotechnology alumni. Okay, so today the interesting topic is opportunities and challenges of healthcare industry in India. Today we will go with an overview of this topic, and let me share the opportunities and challenges in this healthcare domain, as well as your career opportunities. Okay, let's go. So right now I'm working in company Siemens Healthcare Private Limited. and based out of Chennai and working as a deputy manager, and I'm handling a laboratory diagnostic division. Okay, as I told before, so today the topics we would cover the introduction about the healthcare industry and medical services and in the market, medical devices market overview, pharmaceutical industry and insurance, medical tourism, career opportunities and challenges. Okay, first, before going to into a deep dive in this topic, let me yeah, let me quickly share about the healthcare opportunities. First of all, the healthcare sector consists of the various business verticals like medical services, manufacturing, medical equipments, drug, vaccine, and insurance, and a lot many other industries as well. If you see the market size in India, the healthcare sector, we can estimate up to 19.57 lakh crore in 2020. And the hospital industry in India, we can estimate around 372 billion in 2022. Where if you see the number in 2017, almost it was grown up to the double the growth it has been achieved. And the private sector is playing a crucial role. If you see the Indian healthcare industry, almost 74% of industry, it was played by the private sectors in terms of healthcare and laboratory diagnostics vision. And then if you see the government of India has approved 34,115 crore revenue in the union budget in 2020 in the development of healthcare mission in India. Then if you see the GDP for healthcare, you can calculate 1.6 percentage in Indian GDP. Actually, it was earlier it was 1.3, and it was been now it's in 1.6 GDP. In 2027, we can able to GDP growth up to 19.7 percentage. Everyone you would have heard about the biggest healthcare program, the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Yojana scheme, which is what we can be considered. There is one of the largest healthcare scheme worldwide, and our Prime Minister has been announced for the 500 million beneficiaries with a worth of 6,429 crore projects for the beneficiaries of Indian citizens. And the recent trends for the market size for in healthcare, the telemedicine has been introduced, especially in the pandemic situations. It has been implemented for various private hospitals like Apollo, AIIMS, Narayana Hrudayalaya. So a lot many private hospitals has been introduced a telemedicine as a solution for the patients who cannot able to come to the hospital and take for the further treatments. And finally, the recent topics, the world and whole India is talking and hearing about the COVID-19 pandemic situation, how it has been it create a big impact in healthcare industry. Let's have a look. As of today data, the overall positive cases in India, we can calculate up to 1,67,037 active cases are there, and almost if you see the data, 50% has been cured or discharged, and unfortunately 6,075 patients were dead due to the COVID infection. And then in healthcare solutions, once the patient having a symptom or asymptomatic conditions, the first and foremost important thing is it has to be diagnosed. In the diagnostic solution, you must be heard about this strategy called screening and confirmation. In India, right now we are doing the screening and confirmation. Both are taken care by the RT-PCR assays only. and we are supplying the RT-PCR assays to the government and the key private hospitals in India. And let me share about the few facts in the RT-PCR assays. Source SARS-CoV-2, which means it is a SARS family, and COVID-2000 is a novel coronavirus. It has been identified in the year of 2019. And first of all, the patients can be diagnosed with the RT-PCR assays. First, we have to extract the RNA particle of the material from the patient sample. Then we have to do a RT-PCR instrument. First, we have to collect the nasal or throat swab from the patient. Then we have to extract the material. We have to extract, and then we have to do a PCR testing. Once we collect the sample from the nasal and swab sample, the material has been transferred to the viral transfer medium. After that, the technician will extract the RNA material using DNA and using a RNA extraction kit. Understand? So once the RNA has been extracted from the patient sample, the technician will process the particular sample for the RT-PCR process. In the RT-PCR process, first we have to transfer the RNA material, then the master mix of the PCR sample, then it will be amplified during the RNA PCR process. Approximately, it will be calculated as 2.5 hours process. End of the reactions, we can confirm the infection, whether it's a positive or negative. So you can see the this is called a viral transfer medium, and this is a extraction kit. And if you see the RT-PCR assays, the components will be buffer, enzyme, the targeted gene, positive control and negative control. It will be there in the RT-PCR assays. Okay, first of all, most of the participants from the BTech Biotechnology students, you must be here, or you are going to perform a DNA and RNA extraction and RT-PCR experiments in your laboratory. If you see the isolation of bacterial RNA and DNA, then isolation of plant cell, animal cell, then agarose gel electrophoresis, preparation of plasmid DNA, elution of DNA from agarose gel, STS page, Western blotting technique, hybridization of anti-sera and PCR. These are the few experiments it's there in your curriculum. So whenever you are doing a RT-PCR, one second, whenever you are going to perform a laboratory, you can remember these are the practical applications in the field. So you have to get a hands-on training. Then you have a career opportunities whenever you are going to the field. You can get a complete knowledge out of it. So apart from the RT-PCR assays, in future the antibodies testing also is going to come. Right now, the antibody testing is not approved by the government. So far, we are doing the testing by molecular, which means RT-PCR assays only. So if you then we can move to the opportunities in the healthcare industry. If you see the healthcare services, we can divide into the four important domains. One is healthcare services. Healthcare services, which is nothing but the hospital business. So hospital business and services can be classified into the hospitals, primary healthcare centers, community hospitals, multi-specialty hospitals, armed force medical hospitals, railway hospitals, ESI hospitals. There are a lot of medical colleges, hospitals, and diagnostic laboratories are available to give a healthcare services in India. Then the domain 2. This is a very important division in healthcare industry, which is called by the medical devices and equipment and hospital supplies. For any hospital and laboratories, may require these medical devices to diagnose and treat to the patients. Fine. So the medical equipments can be classified into two equipments. Another one is in vitro diagnostic equipments. If you see the, for example, if you see the clinical pathway of coronavirus, if the patient has been identified as a positive or a negative, these are the tests has to be done for the particular patient. For example, if the patient is coming for the infection, first we are doing a molecular test, which is nothing but a RT-PCR testing. After we confirm the patient by the RT-PCR assay, then and certain hematology test. Then if the patient can go for the blood gas test, X-ray, CT, and ultrasound as well. After that, after seeing all these tests and with the patient symptoms, the doctors. If you see the medical devices industry, the diagnostic plays a crucial role to the hospital to confirm the disease and to perform the therapy. So if you classify into the medical device, mainly the in vitro diagnostics, which is nothing but the clinical chemistry laboratories, hematology laboratories, and point of care testing, molecular diagnostics, and X-ray and ultrasound, we'll discuss one by one. See, these are the key hospitals and laboratories who is providing the supplies and the services in India, which is having a good laboratory facility. See, if you see in our body, there are a lot many allergies, anemic problem, autoimmune disease, bone metabolism, and urinary infections, reproductive problems, and other problems like hematosis, infectious disease, and inflammations. These are some examples for our system may have a problems and symptoms. So the clinician or doctor have to diagnose first. In the market, there are CLIA equipments are available. If you see this Advia Centaur CP, which is a benchtop equipment. For example, if the patient or a volunteer, if you're having a sample to treat any the cancer markers or thyroid infections or infectious, we are depending on these equipments to get a sensitive results. If you see the immunoassay segment in the market, or most of the reputed hospital and laboratories are using, these are the equipments. One is Centaur CP, which is immunoassay equipment, and Centaur XPT is our immunoassay equipment, which is a flow type equipment. So the throughput will be different. For the benchtop equipment, 180 tests per hour, and the flow type equipment will be 240 tests per hour. Basically, the logic is simple. Based on the hospital workload, they will go for either a semi-automated or a benchtop or a fully floor type equipment. So this is a immunoassay equipment. And now we are going to the hematology equipment. Hematology equipment is also can be called as a cell counter. Cell counters is can be classified as a 3-part cell counter and 5-part cell counter. So basically, the cell counter role is to screen the blood particles like RBC, WBC, platelets, and other components in the blood. See, in the market there are 3-part cell counter and 5-part cell counter and other advanced cell counters like you can see the CellaVision and the CellaVision DM1200. We can connect the computer and the scanner. So once the blood is screened, we can able to take a pictures for the morphology of the blood, and then we can predict the disease. In the clinical chemistry segment, see, in the clinical segment is very important to the clinical laboratory. For example, if the patient who wanted to test the diabetic or lipid profile, liver profile, cardiac profile, kidney profile, so these are the equipments are available in the market. First of all, for the small level laboratories, they will be having a semi-automated laboratories. If the laboratory having a equipment, bigger equipment, so they can go ahead with the floor type equipment and high throughput equipment. So diagnostic IT solutions. IT solution is nothing but if the laboratory, we can connect the equipments, diagnostic equipment with the laboratory information system. For example, if the patient is coming to the phlebotomist, before collecting the blood, they will be the patient will be having the prescription with a lab ID. A particular lab ID will be there for him. So the phlebotomist, before drawing the blood, Okay, we were discussing about the IT products. Sorry for the misinterruption. If the the patient is coming to the laboratory, means the lab in the phlebotomy session, they will be printing the barcodes for the patients. The equipments will be connected with the LIS. When the patient is coming with the prescription, the barcode. Is it audible? Anyone can unmute, and you can say I'm having some errors in my screen.
Audible, audible.
Okay. Okay, we were discussing about the IT solutions. Okay, so now see, if you see the basic laboratories, diagnostic laboratories can be classified into the four core laboratory departments. One is clinical chemistry, and another one is immunoassay, another one is hematology, then total lab automation. See, if you see the total lab automation, the sorting process, then centrifugation process, recapping, all can be done in the automated way. For example, if the small laboratories may have the individual equipments, if we connect these equipment with the automated means, the sorting and centrifugation and recapping up to the archiving, it can be done by the automation. So now we go to the in vivo solutions in the hospitals. For example, everyone hear about the X-ray equipment and CT scan and MRI scan and C-arms. See, if you see the career opportunities in the medical devices company, Beckman Coulter, Abbott, GE, Qiagen, Roche, Horiba, Ortho Clinical Diagnostics, Transcia, Thermo Fisher, CPC Diagnostics. There are a lot many. These are the MNC companies who is having the tremendous career opportunities for in vivo and in vitro device systems. See, the medical insurance in the another domain in the healthcare industry. See, if anyone want to the career opportunities in medical devices, we can approach these companies. So that apart from these leading companies, there are a lot many Indian companies also having a career opportunity in the form of business development, application, service, and technician. So we can get opportunities in this way. The medical insurance and medical service field is also another important segment in healthcare industry. The facilities can cashless treatment when for the patients when especially the treatment cost is going to very high, it can be helpful. So a lot of healthcare players are there in the market. For example, Apollo, Munich, and Star, and other companies also there. In the pharmaceutical segments is also the key role in this healthcare equipment. So a lot of pharmaceutical companies are there in India, especially the Western India. So the career opportunities in pharma can be the quality assurance, quality check, R&D, and manufacturing. Okay. So in this pharma and vaccine development, we can discuss it later. And then the growth inhibitors for Indian healthcare, for hospital and other things can be considered these points. The fastest growing population and changing disease profile and multi-layer healthcare systems in India, and lack of absence on infrastructure and manpower, and extremely low expenditures. See the current trends in the biotechnology industry in India. Biotechnology has been growing rapidly with the investments, foreign investments, and a lot of initiatives has been done by our government segment as well. And only thing is a lack of awareness and untapped opportunities are there. See the Indian biotechnology industry, 2% of the global biotech industry, the market share we can able to consider. The biotechnology industry in India comprises about 800 companies are there in India, and the government has invested approximately 5 billion to develop human capital in infrastructure, research initiatives, and the biopharma, which can be considered as one of the another largest segment in India. So which is having a tremendous potential of 8% of the our GDP, and 62% of market share biopharma industries wholly. So if you see the applications in the biotechnology, biotechnology has a wide range of applications: microbiology, molecular, medical biotechnology, forensic biotechnology, bioinformatics, drug discovery, and vaccine development. So the biotechnologist, we should not only seek about the job opportunities. We can be the entrepreneur also, in the form of we can the small scale medical devices industry, or developing the vaccines, or we can get some outsourced from the pharma industry, like R&D and QA kind of. So we can form a startups and get outsourcing from the key companies. So overall, actually, it was some mess up, I feel. So if you see in from the quick recap for this, the healthcare opportunities. See, see the healthcare industry, it has a wide potential. Like in the hospitals, every hospital having the potential of doing testing in the laboratory side, or the technicians. So we can get the job opportunities in the form of operating the medical devices, that will be in vivo or in vitro diagnostics. In vivo and in vitro, you know the difference, and the huge potential in the medical device industry. So as I mentioned before, in the pandemic situations, everybody is depending on the testing only. So the better testing only can be helpful to save our country. So likewise, the testing and diagnostics is first of all the first and foremost important things. And nowadays, with the most of our people having a very keen on doing the master health checkup as well. So every hospital, every laboratory having the facility to do the diagnostic testing. For example, diabetic profile, kidney profile, cardiac profile, then allergic profile, all can be tested with such equipments only. So the equipments could be a semi-automated, or a fully automated, or a completely automation equipment. So the potential is there. If you see the clinical chemistry segment, there are many assays are there. Like as I told, if anyone want to start from the sugar test or glucose test, so it has been done frequently. So they can do a glucose test or HbA1c test, and if the cardiac risk can be monitored in a very early stage by using the cardiac markers. And molecular diagnostics, not only for COVID, in the market, the dengue, HIV, HBsCG. Likewise, there are a lot of infectious can be tested by the molecular assays. The X-rays, earlier it has been black and white way. Nowadays, the recent tests can be, the X-rays also can be done in the colored and 3D, and mobile X-rays is also available. And simultaneously for the imaging things, 3D and less sound MRI is available in the market. So overall, if you want to see the market potential in the hospital side and the diagnostic industry, it has a tremendous potential for our students, especially the BTech biotechnology students and other life uh, science students. So we can get the opportunities from the various companies in the MNCs and Indian companies. We can get the job opportunities. And not only the diagnostic industry, the job opportunities are there in the life science as well. So the medical insurance, the biotechnology is not, we can not seek the job opportunities, not only the testing or performing the assays and R&D. There are insurances also, we can, the potential are there. We can work and we can get a job opportunities in that. Biopharmaceuticals and vaccines and drug discovery, it is a large and tremendous opportunities are there to work and get a job opportunities. And after the completing a BTech, students can focus on the research or higher studies like MS, PhD also. And uh, that's all, I think. Any queries and clarifications you can ask now.
Hello, audience.
Any questions, please? The participants, you please post your questions in the chat box. Dear participants, you may post your questions in the chat box. Question answer chat box.
Okay, one person asked the question. Yeah. Any system to reduce the RNA extraction time?
Hello?
See, the RNA extraction can be done in a two-way. One is manual extraction system and automated extraction system. The extraction time would be approximately less than an hour only. Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. Okay, one more question from Kirtana. Whether clinical engineering course will be useful after finishing BTech biotechnology courses? Clinical engineering courses, the question is not clear actually. You see, after BTech biotechnology, it is, we can do a lot of diploma courses or else research courses like MS and PhD. You can able to do. Another question from Varsha. Can we use the plasma therapy for COVID treatment? Is it used? Yeah, the plasma therapy I have read. It is under a question only. See, I come to know that the Kerala has been started the plasma therapy, but it's not in a full-fledged way. There are some limitations are there, and some to treat a plasma therapy, the persons can get infected also. So the research is going on to treat the plasma therapy. Right now, only the allopathy, along with the allopathy, the Siddha treatment is also going on. So this way, the patients are getting a better recovery.
Hello, Rajkumar sir.
Yeah, somebody's somebody's asked what is mean by in vivo and in vitro. So in vivo is nothing but a medical imaging like X-ray, MRI, ultrasound. These equipments can be called as a in vivo equipments. In vitro equipments like a chemistry, immunoassay, hematology equipment, coagulation equipment. These equipments, the samples which is going to drawn from our body, like it can be a blood or a serum or a swab sample or a urine sample. So these samples has been collected and is going to be tested in a particular equipment. So these equipments can be or doing externally. So it can be considered as a in vitro. In vivo means inside our body. So inside our body, we are doing a scanning or imaging. So this can be called as a in vivo equipments. ELISA another question. ELISA based assay is a failure in COVID 2019. Yeah. See, ELISA is a less sensitive technique. So first of all, in COVID 2019 diagnostics, the gold standard technique can be considered as a molecular technique. So the sensitivity and specificity rate is high in molecular. So you must be heard about the antibody testing. So why antibody testing? The kit has been came from China and it has been stopped in between because the sensitivity and specificity is a question. So because another one important thing is in antibody and the ELISA technique is an indirect technique. So the window period, if the patient is infected, whether the 3rd day or 5th day or 14th day, we don't know. But in a molecular, the early detection is possible. So the patient can be diagnostic in the 3rd day itself, whether positive or negative in the molecular, which is possible. So in ELISA and antibody testing, the window period must be the 7th day or 14th day. So if the patient is coming in the early diagnostics, the result may come negative, but we don't know, the patient may be the positive also. So the ELISA technique on antibody testing must be having a lesser sensitivity as of now. But in the coming days, we are also coming up of the antibody testing, the antigen IgG and IgM together. So we can have a better sensitivity. Yes. So another question, can you tell what is the role of biotechnology in healthcare insurance? See, the healthcare insurance, there are many private healthcare insurance companies are offering there in the market. So that's as I told before itself, biotechnology's role is not only working under a laboratory or R&D or testing. We can be the business development persons. We can the healthcare industry can approach the various corporate companies and they can do a tie-up. So there are a lot of business role opportunities are there in the insurance segment. What is diagnostics IT solution? See, another question. See, the IT solution is nothing but equipments are connected with the. See, for example, I will tell you. Few diagnostic equipments will be connected with the internet. So the earlier what we'll do in the semi-automated equipments, we have to perform the test. Then the report will be coming in the display. So after that, the report can be typed and given to the particular patients. Nowadays, the equipments are connected with the LIS. LIS nothing but a laboratory information system. The bidirectional interface is possible. So every patient sample will be having a barcode ID. So the equipment, once they scan the barcode, so it automatically, what are the tests has to be done for the particular sample. So the machine will do the aspiration of sample and reagents. And finally, then it will transfer the sample results to the receptionist. So, so this is nowadays in future stock management, throughput and turnaround time analysis. We operate the equipment in the remote way also. This also can be done via using the IT tools. And another question, what must be the essential qualification to become an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur, see, after there are a lot many government initiatives and other support activities are there. So anyone can be the entrepreneur. Can you explain about the medical tourism? See, medical tourism, see, for example, for other countries, in India, it will be the 1/10 of the cost. So the patients are coming to India from the US, Europe, Gulf countries, or they are coming for the transplantation and they are coming for a better treatment, for cancer treatment. So they are coming in the package would be very interesting to them, very affordable to the patients. So the government is also supporting for the many patients from the various countries for medical tourism. Yes, another question. Now Zydus developed IG kit. Yes, I heard about that. The Zydus developed with the support of ICMR, which is the kit name is Kavach. It is an IgG based ELISA kit. Yeah, as I told, is it validated by ICMR itself? The only challenge in the Kavach IgG kit, the window period is more. So we cannot able to do a early diagnostics. That is a challenge. So early diagnostic is possible only in using the molecular. Any more questions? So few persons has to see the slideshow again, especially the first 2 slides. Let me go through. Yes, this is the overall market size of healthcare industry in India. So the healthcare sector is roughly calculated the potential of 19.57 lakh crore in 2020. Due to this corona issue, there are a lot of fluctuation is going on in the medical devices field and hospitals because the very less people came for a treatment and diagnostics purpose. And then telemedicines we have already discussed, Ayushman Bharat we have already discussed. And yes.
Mr. Rajkumar?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma. Actually, no more questions. Thank you. Thank you for your valuable talk about the scope and opportunities in the medical biotechnology field. And it is really very useful for the students. And definitely, they got some idea. Thank you, Mr. Rajkumar.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please stop your sharing.
Mr. Manoj?